All right, let's have a look at 5b. So I'm going to use the elimination method to solve these simultaneous equations, but I'm noticing that if I was to add them together or I was to subtract them from each other, it wouldn't result in either the x nor the y being eliminated, and that is not what we want. One of them must be eliminated when we go ahead and do this. So we need to make them so that they can be. So I'm going to rewrite these. So I'm going to have 4x plus 3y is equal to 15. And I've got 3x, and I'll write a bit lower down, 2y is equal to 10. So what I'd like to do now is, if I was saying, I'm looking at these and I could, if I turn all these into 12, I multiply these by 3 and these by 4, and suddenly I've got 12, and that's fine. I could subtract them. Or I could do the same here. I could make these into 6s. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So in other words, what I'm saying is if I multiplied all of this by 2, and I can't just do it to one thing, I have to do it to everything. Everything. That now is everything times 2. And then I multiply all of this times 3, this times 3, and in particular, this times 3, and this times 3. Let's see where I land now. Well, 4 2s are 8x plus 3 2s are 6y, and 2 15s are 30. Well, I got 3 times 3 is 9x, plus I've got 2 times 3 is 6y, and I've got 10 times 3 is 30. This could work well. Let's see how we go now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply subtract one from the other. So let's do that now. I'm going to subtract the bottom one. Here we go. So I've got 8x minus 9x is negative 1x, or just negative x. 6y minus 6y is in fact 0. And 30 minus 30 is also 0. So I've got negative x is 0. So if I've got negative x is 0, what would x be? Well, if I multiply this by negative 1, multiply this by negative 1, then negative 1 times negative x becomes x. So x becomes 1 times negative 1 times 0 is just 0, so x is 0. So I've now found the value of x. Now let's substitute that back in to find the value of y. So I could choose any of these I like. I'm just going to go with this one here. 3x plus 2y equals 10. Let's see what happens there. I've got 3x plus 2y is equal to 10. But I know what x is. X is in fact 0. So I'm going to make this value here 0. So I'm going to have 3 times 0 plus 2 times y is 10. 3 times 0 is, of course, just 0. So I've got 2y is 10. If I divide both sides by 2, I end up with y being equal to 5. So now, therefore, I've got x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. And there is my solution.